So for me, when I'm making my videos, I'm typically doing it in places like this, like out on an adventure. Right now I'm just down at the beach, but basically my Jeep has become my base camp for all my adventures and all my filmmaking, all of that. And one of the biggest hurdles that I've had when I'm out multiple days is Wi-Fi. And I've never had STARLINK. So with the announcement of the STARLINK Mini, I got super excited because this panel is small enough to take with me in my Jeep, but also I can mount it on my backpack and take it when I'm hiking as well. And so for me, this panel seems like the perfect way to be able to have Wi-Fi wherever I go. So the box just arrived. Let's open it up. Let's see what we have. Let's get it set up here while I have cell service, and then I'm gonna go up into the trails where I don't have cell service. And we're really gonna test this thing out. Okay, so it's already getting pretty loud here with how many people are showing up. So we're gonna do this quick and then we're gonna get into some trails. I don't normally do unboxings, but let's take a look. So this is the size of the panel. I mean, this thing is tiny. Look how small this is. I think it's a 10 by 10 inch, and it's got this little stand on the back, and you can pull this out and you can replace it with other attachments. So in the box, you also have a pole clamp attachment. So if you want to put this up on a pole, it comes with that. You have your power adapter, and then you have your cable. So that's it. My plan is to run this off of my secondary battery and get it all tied into my truck eventually. But for now, I have a little portable DJI battery that could easily power this. 60 watts is nothing. So let's get this turned on. All right, that was easy. Quick setup. You just plug it in, and it's only using about 40 watts, so not the full 60, but let's turn this on. And basically I got an email saying I have to download the app and go through the whole process of setting it up. So let's do a screen record and let's do this process together. So here's the app. Start setup. I got a Mini, have a clear view of the sky. Looks like I have a clear view of the sky. So this says, your STARLINK has a built-in Wi-Fi. Find an outdoor location as close to your devices as possible to ensure strong Wi-Fi connection. So basically, it's just sitting down there on the table and what I use for in the back of my Jeep, and I'm just sitting in the top of my Jeep, so there's not really much obstruction there. Plug in STARLINK, it's plugged in. Connect to the STARLINK. I'm gonna connect, so we'll pull up the STARLINK. Okay. I'm paired successfully. Calculating orientation. So it's basically looking for the satellites up in the sky that's gonna give it the best signal. Okay, so it's given me just a few indications. It says it's misaligned by 36 degrees. Let's see what that says. So it wants me to rotate to match the outline. So I'm gonna go rotate it. Well, that was easy enough. All right, so it's downloading an update. It says I have one device paired, and it says Wi-Fi not configured. So I get to set up my STARLINK name, and I'm gonna set up my password. And I'm gonna call it Base Camp because this is my filmmaking base camp where I'm gonna do all my adventures from. And I'm gonna come up with a password. And we're just gonna wait for a minute while that's configuring. This is where I work when I'm on the go. I got this little table here. This is actually my bed, so this whole thing pulls down. And when I'm in sleep mode, this whole thing is the tent. But when I'm in hangout, work, make videos, I get to just see a 270-degree view from up here with a desk. It's a pretty cool configuration. That's part of the reason why I got this whole setup on my Jeep. I'm planning to do a full breakdown of this setup, my base camp, once I get a few more parts. Almost there, almost ready. All right, so we are connected. So I'm gonna join the Wi-Fi, and let's actually pull up my computer. So I have my computer up here as well. Let's find it. I'm gonna look for base camp, and look at that. I am online with my computer and I'm online with my phone, and you can see on here, it shows the two devices that I'm hooked up to, my iPhone and my MacBook Pro. So let's do a full speed test and see what we're actually getting. So it looks like for download, we're getting like 131, 129, like 130 megabytes per second. That's actually pretty solid for internet. And upload, looks like we're getting around 10, 12, 21 milliseconds latency. I'd say it's pretty solid for having internet when you otherwise can't have internet. So now I'm fully on Starlink. I've turned off all of my cell service and I'm just running off of Starlink. So let's just do a quick test. I want to do a FaceTime call. Let's call someone. Let's call another creator. Let's see what's going on. Yo!
Are you FaceTiming using your new Starlink Mini?
Yes, I'm on Starlink Mini. I'm pretty impressed. I'm gonna update this and we're gonna go drive somewhere. Well, this is a real bummer. I was trying to do this trail back here and the gate's closed. I don't have any cell service out here, so I guess it's a great opportunity to find another trail by popping up Starlink. So I'm gonna set it up and see what I can find. Picked up a sandwich on my way, but let's pull up Onyx off-road because that's what I use to do all my kind of planning for off-road trips. So you can see I'm right here. This was the canyon I wanted to go up, but the gate's locked. Looks like I can go over here to this trail. So super useful to be able to just pop up the Starlink, out here where I don't have service. I've never had this ability, which is pretty wild, and it seems to work well, but it seemed to connect fast, and now I have Wi-Fi out here. I also just made a call, and everything seems to be working just fine. Just got to, well, I don't know where. I just went up this trail and kind of found this cool peak. Has a view that way, a view this way. You can kind of see everything, but I don't have service up here. So I'm gonna get the Starlink going. Should have no problem connecting, obviously. But what I wanna test is how long it takes from pulling it out, plugging it in, to actually being connected. Curious how long that takes. So to get everything set up, aligned on, that means plugging in and like pulling everything out, took me less than 4 minutes. So not bad to get it going. And yeah, that makes it super easy. So anywhere you go, it's a few minutes and then you're up and you have Wi-Fi. I think for me, this is gonna be super important to use with the Jeep. And one of the things I'm considering doing is mounting it somewhere on the Jeep. I'm gonna be getting a roof rack up here. And so there might be a good opportunity to have it mounted on the Jeep and then hook it to one of the switches in the cab or back here in the camper. And then I could just flip on the Starlink whenever I need to use it. But I don't know, this is something I gotta play around with, I gotta work with, I gotta use, I gotta actually test when I'm out on some different adventures. Also, it's small enough to put in a backpack. So with a little battery, this could be something you could take even hiking, which is wild. If you're new to this channel, I do a lot of adventure filmmaking. I do a lot of content for creators specifically, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if that's something you're into. And if you want to see more about the Starlink, let me know in the comments. Let me know what questions you have because this is the first batch being shipped out. So if you have any questions or anything you want me to test, just let me know and I'll do another video with the Starlink Mini. And next, you should check out this video right here. It's from one of my last adventures and did some pretty cool stuff when I was out exploring. I'll see you over there.